Picture this. You walk through a crowded street in Beijing or Shanghai, surrounded by thousands of people. You don't see any police. You don't notice anyone watching you. But above you, mounted on corners, traffic lights, buildings, shops, even buses, hundreds of digital eyes follow every step you take. What I'm about to show you is something most people still underestimate. China has quietly built the largest AI-powered surveillance network the world has ever seen. And once you understand how it works and what it means, you'll never look at modern cities the same way again. Today, I want to take you inside a system so massive, so advanced, and so deeply integrated into daily life that it makes traditional surveillance look ancient. For years, China was known as the factory of the world. But as I learned more about the country, I realized something far more significant was happening beneath the surface. China wasn't just building products, it was building data and a way to control it. Across the country, more than 500 million AI-enhanced cameras scan faces, track movements, follow cars, identify crowds, and analyze behavior in real time. These aren't ordinary CCTV cameras. They're embedded with AI that can recognize age, gender, clothing, emotions, even the way someone walks. As I dug deeper, one thing became clear. This system wasn't created overnight. It grew step by step, camera by camera, city by city, until it became too big to fully comprehend. The AI doesn't simply record what it sees, it interprets it. And that's only the surface. The deeper layer is something China calls predictive safety. The idea is simple but frightening. AI shouldn't just see the present, it should predict future risks. So the system learns patterns, habits, and movement flows. It analyzes who visits whom, how often, and at what time. It tracks vehicles across entire provinces without losing sight for a single second. This is not surveillance. This is behavior modeling at national scale. As I explored the motivations behind it, I discovered something important. China doesn't hide this system, it proudly supports it. To Chinese officials, this is the solution to a complex problem: a huge population, crowded megacities, scarce police resources, and growing security challenges. For them, AI surveillance creates order. It reduces crime. It gives authorities a real-time view of the entire city. And to be fair, many citizens genuinely feel safer because of it. But the question I keep asking myself is different. Where is the line between protection and control? When I imagine living inside this system, I feel a mix of fascination and discomfort. On one hand, I see the appeal, a city where crime is solved within minutes, where missing people are found instantly, where danger can be predicted before it happens. But on the other hand, I imagine walking through a world where every movement is scored, analyzed, and stored forever. Where privacy isn't a right, but a variable in an algorithm. Where the feeling of being alone simply doesn't exist. It raises a deeply human question. How much safety are we willing to trade for convenience? And once we accept AI supervision, can we ever get our autonomy back? In my previous video, I showed how China's new generation of security robots, humanoids, robot dogs, autonomous patrol units, is reshaping public safety. But here's the part most people don't know. Those robots are not replacing cameras. They are becoming part of the same surveillance ecosystem. Robots collect data, cameras collect data. AI connects everything into one unified control grid. It's not robots versus cameras. It's robots, cameras, AI, and real-time decision systems. And that combination is something the world has never seen before. Bigger picture, I realize this system isn't staying inside China's borders. Chinese surveillance tech is now exported to over 80 countries. Smart city systems, AI cameras, predictive policing software, all shipped worldwide. Nations facing instability buy it. Developing countries buy it. Even Western cities quietly integrate Chinese hardware. And suddenly, the future that China built starts spreading everywhere. The world is entering a new era where AI decides what is safe and where that judgment becomes universal. As I look at the scale, the power, and the ambition behind this surveillance network, I'm left with one uncomfortable truth. Technology is no longer watching us. It's learning from us, shaping us, predicting us. So the real question isn't, how advanced is this system? The real question is, Are we ready to live in a world where privacy becomes optional and where the algorithm never sleeps? Because once AI surveillance becomes normal, there's no switch to turn off it off again.